The invention that changed the world, the first airplane, 1903. It was a cold and windy morning on December 17, 1903, in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. The sun had just begun to rise over the sand dunes, casting long shadows on the beach. Two brothers, Orville and Wilbur Wright, stood beside their strange-looking machine, a delicate biplane made of wood, wire, and fabric. For years, people had dreamed of flying, but many believed it was impossible. Scientists, engineers, and inventors had tried, but every attempt had ended in failure. The Wright brothers, however, were determined to turn the dream of flight into reality. A lifetime of preparation. Orville and Wilbur were not formally trained engineers. They were bicycle mechanics from Dayton, Ohio. But their curiosity about flying had led them to study birds, air currents, and the principles of aerodynamics. Since 1899, they had experimented with gliders, learning how to control an aircraft in the air. After several failures, they realized that flight wasn't just about power, it was about balance and control. By 1903, they had built a powered airplane they called the Wright Flyer, a lightweight aircraft with a 12-horsepower engine and propellers they designed themselves. The big moment. The morning of December 17th was cold, with strong winds of about 27 miles per hour. The Wright brothers knew the conditions were tough, but they also knew the wind would help lift their aircraft off the ground. They had set up a wooden rail track to guide the flyer during takeoff. Wilbur won a coin toss to pilot the first attempt, but he lost control of the plane, and it crashed after just a few feet. After a quick repair, it was Orville's turn. He climbed into the pilot's seat, lying on his stomach to reduce wind resistance. Wilbur held onto the wing to steady the plane as the engine roared to life. At 10:35 a.m., Orville released the controls, and the flyer moved forward on the wooden track. Suddenly, the plane lifted off the ground. For 12 incredible seconds, the Wright Flyer soared through the air, covering a distance of 120 feet before landing gently on the sand. For the first time in human history, a heavier-than-air machine had achieved controlled, powered flight. The world's first pilots. The brothers were ecstatic, but they knew they could do better. Over the next few hours, they attempted 3 more flights. Wilbur's final flight of the day lasted 59 seconds and covered 852 feet, almost the length of 3 football fields. The Wright brothers had done the impossible. A future in the skies. At first, few people believed their achievement. The idea of human flight seemed like science fiction. But within a few years, the Wright brothers demonstrated their airplanes to the world. By 1905, they had built a plane that could stay in the air for over 30 minutes. By 1909, airplanes were being used for military purposes. And by 1920, passenger planes were carrying people across continents. The end. Subscribe for more.